is not an option when you part of the elite and sideways. Boys in the days, I've been drinking vodka for about 3 hours straight. Writing for this tape up, working hella late, so you can hear the difference in the music that I make. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Hey, I've been working all night so you can listen to the difference. Yeah, I never say that I'm harder than most. Like I ain't afraid to die and becoming a ghost.
Attention, disclaimer alert. Listen to a different podcast that's entirely fictional and for entertainment purposes only. Opinions expressed are not reflective of reality. It is all banter. We're back, baby! Yo, missus! 2024. We've been going for a while. We're back, baby.
Yeah, we've been going. We went on a little hiatus, but we back. We back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you. But my guy, Janetti, AP, man, what's going on? How y'all been? What's up? Talk to me.
Oh, we good, man. We got NFL draft, got playoffs, got knockouts, got beef, we got all this stuff stewing around.
Yeah. See, I got my LSU hat on. You know, my dogs all went first round Thursday night, so I'm proud LSU fan. Then I got what you see for everybody watching the videos. I'm always gonna rep my Cowboys. I'm still not too thrilled about this quote unquote all in bullshit that Jerry Jones is talking about. But yeah, let's jump right into it, man. First round, man. What y'all think about y'all teams? What y'all think about y'all drafts so far? What's going on?
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. If you got a quarterback and you pay the quarterback a good lump of money, you get another quarterback.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's talk about that. I don't know what was Atlanta thinking about doing, and especially drafting a quarterback that high. Go ahead.
Y'all both stutter on your words. Let me slide in here.
Ain't nobody stuttering shit. I'm just saying it makes no sense. You just gave Kirk Cousins $100 million, and then you gonna draft a quarterback in the top 10 pick. That's ridiculous.
And he's already in his mid-20s, and by the time he get on, he's gonna be late 20s, early 30s as a rookie, getting the game the first time.
So you guys are looking at it all wrong, man. This is how NFL was developed a long time ago, man. You let a quarterback sit behind a pro, develop. Same thing that we seen going on in Green Bay, and it worked out. So now you guys are tripping and saying, "Oh, what's going on? Kirk Cousins was about to be washed. He got 2 years, and then that's gonna give dude time to develop, learn the NFL game, and he gonna come in and be a starter and be hopefully he brought his team to the goddamn national championship." You know, so I mean, you got some talent there, and you got time to develop them. So you got to think about it that way. You can't think about like, oh, I'm just picking somebody, I'm gonna put him in day one, and then he get all fucked up and turn into a bust. Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota. It's been plenty that have gone down that road, and that fate was not good for them. You feel me? But we do see the development of quarterbacks. Guess who was that? Aaron Rodgers, right? They did it behind Brett Favre. So come on, let's really think about it. They might be thinking about their future more than you are. You know what I mean? They thinking 5 years down the road when you always want that instant money, right? You want to cash out that lotto ticket instead of getting that $50 million a month or whatever the breakdown would be. You want to have that $1 billion right now.
Yeah, it's a few good ones that sat behind them and for a while and took over. Like you said, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre came in, Patrick Mahomes with Alex Smith, Steve Young with Joe Montana, and the one and only Tom Brady with Drew Bledsoe. So, you know, he still got time.
I see your logic, and I'm not going to dispute that. That being said, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have drafted a quarterback. I understand Kirk's situation, his age. I would have drafted Huh?
What would your pick have been at that position?
To be honest, being that I'm not a Falcons fan, I really don't know their needs. So I can't really come out and just say I would have drafted this, I would have drafted that. I really don't know their needs. I'm not
But
informed
you
on their
judge
needs.
though and saying it's a bad pick, but you don't even know their needs.
I'm judging them based off what I know. They just signed this quarterback for all this money. And like I said, I see your point. So you have a very good argument. And being a logical thinker and hearing your point of view, I understand wholeheartedly why they would do that. That being said, I feel like if there was, okay, I put it to you this way. If there was another need that they could have addressed, I would have did that instead of going after a quarterback.
Yeah, O
Uh,
line,
kind
probably O
of,
line.
y'all used to have
Especially
to,
probably O-line.
y'all used to have to go to Bible study, right? I'll
Uh,
be at your house. I'll be at your house. I'll get kicked out and be like, you got to go home. It's Bible study time, right? Your mama didn't just throw the Bible at you and be like, get in the game, baby. You got this. You know, she brought a teacher in to teach you the gospel, right? So why wouldn't you want to do
I,
that to another young prospect and teach him the way of the game before you just throw him out there to preach anything else? You feel me? That's
But
easy,
I'm not.
easy.
But I'm not. But I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he was going to get thrown into the fire. I already knew that. But my point is this: if they need to work on if they had a field on the offensive lineman, or if they needed something a plug and play right now that they need to be actively ready, I would have did that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have wasted my pick on a quarterback, knowing I just paid this money to this man who's I gave him what 100 mil plus guaranteed. So I wouldn't have done that.
But
I'm
that's a
not,
play.
and I,
That,
like I
but
said,
that's 50 million for a player and 50 million for a tutor.
I need I and
What you talking about the Cowboys pick? What the hell y'all do with y'all
no,
pick? Y'all ain't get shit
no,
going
no.
on here.
Hold
Y'all
on,
not
we
trying to
not
sign
done. We
Dak.
not.
So what the fuck y'all doing? How about y'all get to
Actually,
that?
it's just, since you want to talk about Dallas and you want to get into it, I actually love our picks. I love that we're working on line again. We lost some key linemen this offseason, and now we're building. We still got Zach Martin, who's our all pro offensive lineman. We got the young rook that we did last year. I mean, that we got last year, who I thought played pretty well. We just drafted another rookie I believe, out of Oklahoma, who they're comparing to as Trent Williams. What I've been seeing. What I've been seeing is they're comparing him to saying he could be a possible potential as another Trent Williams playing left tackle. So I'm liking that we're addressing our needs. Now all we need is a running back. We need a solid running back. I'm keep hearing this Zeke shit. I'm not really too thrilled about it, but if he come back, whatever. But Zeke is not what Zeke used to be, and that we all know that because that comes with age. So
Picking
as
up
far as the
Michigan man.
needs, and
Picking up a Michigan man.
he's gone already. He
Didn't
he got picked up tonight. Yeah, he got picked up by the Rams.
Oh hell to the no. So yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
Friday
I was driving home.
Friday night. Yeah, Friday night he got picked up by the Rams, so he's out of there.
all right. So how many quarterbacks in the first round? 6.
Yeah, it was
Six.
all time.
All the top prospects was gone by
Week by
before,
before 12, right?
before yeah, before 12.
Because the Raiders picked up that good old tight end.
No, at 12. At 12 because the Vikings jumped up and picked JJ McCartney at 12.
And then
Oh no,
Broncos.
I take that back. I take that back. I'm sorry. The Broncos got Bo Nix. Bo Nix was the last top prospect off the board at 13 to Denver.
Right. So I
Yeah,
mean, when you look at that though, like that's going to definitely be a real boomer bust type thing. I feel like NFL is going in such a trajectory of offense, offense, offense. It's crazy at this point that it's like defensive players barely came off the board, and they could say it's not a high defensive class, but at this point, receivers are making so much money. You got to get those guys in right at the draft so you can get a few good
yeah,
years out of them before you got to pay them $100 million. Because now the game has switched where it's so offensively propelled and the defense is so held back. You know, it's crazy that and what you're gonna see. I got a good question for you guys. So we heard Roger Goodell talk about extending the season out to possibly 18 games with the Super Bowl going presidents day weekend, so you get that Monday off automatically. How do you guys feel about that? Throwing in an extra bye week.
I mean, as
Uh,
a fan, as a fan, of course, I'm gonna love it. It's more football. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, yeah, hell yeah, shit, they can play goddamn 20 weeks for all I care. Shit, it's football. So, but but realistically, how is it gonna work on the back end? And then like you said, 2 bye weeks, yeah, that could help. But I just feel like it's going to be a longer season, which means a shorter off season for these players to be able to recover and get their body right and whatnot and get the rest they need that they normally would during the off season. Because you figure at that rate, they're only gonna have it's gonna be less time to rest, and then they're gonna be back at it with the OTAs and the training camps and everything else, and then boom, the season's here. So I
MOTA,
feel
MOTA probably shut down. Plus,
They
they got
want another preseason game. So he hate preseason games. So I see the future being they eliminate all the preseason games and it's all just straight NFL games. So those 4 extra
so
games, that's all soon enough going to be just straight regular season.
preseason games is only for rookies. It's my opinion. It's just rookies
pretty
going
much
to try out to see if they get
rookies,
the team.
undrafted, and just people who just trying to make the team. That's all preseason's for. All the certified players, they're not worrying about that shit.
Right,
Yeah.
but then you see that they try to do the military influence on there too, and all that. So it's like, oh, and the Super Bowl will be on President's Day, and it's gonna be like America's game. You feel me? It's all connecting. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mr. Conspiracy. That's what I went with my man Ryan Garcia. But you know what I'm saying? Oh, now it's the Super Bowl on President's Day and all the shit. It makes too much sense and how they playing it out. You feel me? It's definitely gonna happen. They just dropping hints at you to tell you to get ready for it.
Like I said, as a football fan, I'm not opposed of it. I would love to see more football because we wait all year for the for the season to come, and it's by far the fastest season to end. So if you want to add another game, great. If you want to make quote unquote the Super Bowl Sunday an official holiday because nobody got to go to work the next Monday because it's President's Day, yeah, that's cute. Okay, great. Nobody's going to be opposed to that. But like I said, long run, at the end of the day, when the season's over, how these players are going to be able to recover their body in time to enjoy time with their family, and then they got to hit the bricks again.
Well,
So,
they changed the tackle rule, so that injury is getting taken away. The
man, they
kickoff
still
collision that's getting taken away, and they
Yeah,
come out with these goofy ass helmets that's about to you about to see this year. So concussions might get taken away.
yeah, bro, they making it like a whole different sport. It ain't football like we used to see. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a lot easier on the players more than it was. You can't hip tackle, you can't do shit no more. So basically, they making it like a little rougher 2-hand touch. You know what I'm saying? No helmet.
that's all it is. That's all it is. And you got to figure with the hip tackle shit, like that's really unfortunate that people get hurt by that. Just like the horse collar, I understand that. But you figure as soon as if you don't get the perfect angle to make a tackle, you then got to let them go. Because if you try to
Yeah,
get from the back, it's a horse collar. If you try to make a tackle because they just got to step past you, and now you just trying to make a play, you so happen to bring them down with the hip tackle. Now that's a penalty.
they
So
I
how
make
are
I,
these?
yeah.
I
You
think
feel me?
I think a lot of defensive players gonna get injured, just like when they changed their rule about the sack. You couldn't fall on them, and they had to move their feet around and push their ankles. I think that's gonna affect the defense when they try to make that tackle and they got to switch up and not grab
Mhm.
them a certain way. So
It's just a plan to make it to where you can't tackle. You feel me? They want the scores to be high. They want it to be an exciting game. They don't want no defensive games. They don't want any of that. They don't want no hard hits. So if
They
you run
both don't
behind
don't put the
somebody,
defense out there
grab him
then.
around his waist, they gonna be like, nah, you can't grab him by his waist. So he's just gonna get to take off down the field. You feel me? What you gonna do? Be playing patty cake with him? You know what I mean? He gonna slap you.
Man, I would, hey, if I'm them defensive players, I'm filing a discrimination lawsuit against these motherfuckers because y'all not allowing me to do my job.
hey, if I'm Vegas, I see anything saying 30 or under, I'm betting over now. They
Oh,
get
Right.
easy.
points.
But I mean, you know what's gonna happen is those defensive players are gonna start getting so much cake the people who could actually do it and tackle them the proper way and do all that, they gonna pay so much money for a motherfucker who do that. You know what I mean? Who could keep up. And that's where you're gonna see the shift in things. You know what I mean? You always see a shift in the NFL. You know, they used to have big linebackers and big defensive linemen, and they switched the skinny ones, and then somebody brought back the big offensive line to run the ball. You know, and you always see it ebbs and flows. But I'm like, once somebody know how to tackle you, and they just sit back and wait to pop your shit right in the middle of your chest, what they gonna say? You know, that motherfucker's the guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Big bag.
Yep. It's gonna be a good, interesting 2024 season coming up. Running backs might get paid more because they're gonna be more 1,000 yards this year. So
All right. Motherfuckers can't tackle them. Shit, they gonna be running free.
They gonna be running free. But let's get back to the other stuff with the offseason. Let's talk a team that's really making noise, and they just setting this guy up from the jump is the Bears. The Bears is giving Khalid all these weapons, and I'm actually excited to see how they're going to pan out with that offense this season. I mean, I don't know what their line looked like. Obviously, Justin Field was struggling; he was getting hit and whatnot. But hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. These Bears is they trying to make some noise.
if I give you Randy Moss on one end, I give you Jerry Rice on the other end, and I give you Terrell Owens straight ahead, and I say a hike with no blockers from me, who getting the ball?
Hey, that's the coaches gonna have. Well, like I said, they still got more draft. And I understand that, and that's why I said I'm excited to see how they do it. But we all know that their O line is ass. So, but if he so happen to get time, the man got major weapons out there, especially getting Rome. Getting Rome at 9 was a huge pickup to play on the opposite side of Keenan Allen.
And DJ Moore.
Well, I think DJ Moore probably gonna move to the slot.
Yeah, probably the sickest wide receiver core, possibly if dude pan out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's gonna be a hard trio to deal with.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you got to think like, man, the Bears are still building. You know, they've done a hell of a job through the front office getting those picks and getting all these players in house. But at the same time, that O line got to be there. Luckily, Caleb Williams can dump it off real quick, you know, and he's gonna have receivers to pick those up. And running back wise, you know, they gonna have to have somebody who can get them screens and them dump offs, you know, because until they build that lineup, it's gonna be a problem. It's like how my man Jim Harbaugh says, you know what I'm saying? They say skilled players. He say, but the skilled players are these 5, right? These 5 fifths. And that fifth is the O lineman. You know what I mean? You need an O lineman before you can do any of that shit. You build that O line.
Absolutely.
You have blocking for the run game. You have blocking for the pass game. So for me, it shows in Detroit. You know what I mean? They emphasize the line. Even you Cowboys did it a while back.
When they had that line, yeah.
So it's when teams lose their way and they don't put the emphasis on the infrastructure of that line. That's when shit goes wild. You feel me? And it's the same thing. Defense. You got to have a defensive line to put the pressure on that offense to create those cornerbacks and those safeties that are great. You know what I mean? You have to have that interior pressure or that interior pass protection and run blocking to have a successful team, or you're never going to be successful. And it's the most unsexy picks you can make in a draft. And but it's like that's where it all starts from. You just the motherfucker got to get a dude the ball and make sure nobody goes and grabs him instantly. You know what I mean? But even on
100%.
10 wide receivers and then you fucking your quarterback getting blown up. Justin Fields is a perfect example. But it's like
prime example. So I agree, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I said if Khalid has time, and if they so happen to even just put a scheme together with knowing that their O line is bad, and they just get the ball out of his hand because you got Austin Eckler. He went there, or he went to the Commanders.
Chris, one second. His name is Caleb.
Oh, I keep calling him Khalid. I'm tripping. Whatever,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I've been drinking.
Okay. His name is Caleb.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Caleb. But yeah. So Austin Eckler, he went to the Commanders or he went to the Bears?
I think Washington.
Okay. Because I want to say they got a running back too.
They got Swift.
Swift. That's who went to the Bears. That's right.
Swift
That's
wasn't
right.
there last year, but it must
He
have been
wasn't.
they didn't want to re-sign him though. You know what I mean?
He was not bad at all.
Fantasy, he was loving it.
Early.
Yeah.
He was early, but then Jalen said, "Hold up, man, you taking my job."
Yeah, that's another team. We're gonna see what they're gonna do about that what they call that, a tush and push. Now that Kelsey's gone.
But Saquon though, so
Yeah, you ain't lying. God damn. That's whew.
Don't worry, fellas. We're not out of the playoffs, so y'all don't gotta worry about it, you know.
You said who's what?
We knocked them out the playoffs. Y'all couldn't get it done, but we got it done.
Yeah.
Y'all, that and I was just telling somebody else that the GM is a great GM in Philly because he knows how to put the team together. But they give their team more false hope than the goddamn Cowboy fans do because they actually has a solid team.
That's the funniest part too, because the whole time when they drafted that quarterback, they were like, "Oh, the Eagles fucking played it perfectly again. The Eagles are the best fucking drafted team." Bro, all right, in a bowl, it will see how we'll respond to it. But right now, you can put together the best chessboard of all time, but if you can't make them pieces work, I don't want to hear about it. You feel me? Because
not at all. Not at all. All right. So what else we got? What else is going on in the world that
we just had the Ryan Garcia fight go down.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
That man played with that boy head. He had him thinking he was Jim Carrey, like Dumb and Dumber. That boy was the Truman Show. Like he had him thinking something else.
Hey, that man was at that couch snapping his heads and doing all this shit. And David he was like, I don't think he's taking this shit serious. Whoop up.
Well, that man was playing. What's that kid shit? I thought with a C, Cocomander or something.
Oh, Coco Melon.
Yeah, he was playing Cocomelon during the press conference. Like he said, like his mind, like he's not taking it serious. But to y'all, is 3 pounds really that bad?
I personally, I would say no, but then I don't box, so I really can't speak confidently on that to say if it is or it isn't. But just me, no, I don't think 3 pounds is that much.
And also too, the world, they like Henny this, Henny that. They talking about he undefeated, but in the amateurs they fought before the records really counted, and Garcia had won a few of them, so he been beat by Garcia before.
Well, I mean that's no difference than what Izzy and the Brazilian dude in UFC. That's no difference. That was a whole different bracket, a whole different match. I mean, if you want to go career wise, yeah, but that was before they was professionals. That's before they went pro. So you can't necessarily compare that record, their amateur record, to when they went pros. So that's probably why. That's why they probably don't count that in as his loss. As a professional, Ryan gave him his first L.
I know once they hit the professional mark, bam, go professional 0.000. No, that stuff don't count. But I still know your weaknesses when back in the day when in the amateurs. I still know you keep your the distance, and I got that left hook that's gonna touch you. You still that shit ain't changed.
Right. That's true.
So for me, man, I just looked at Ryan Garcia. I'm like, he an undefeated fighter in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? He lost to Tank Davis. We all know that, but then we also know there was a mole in his camp who knew that he had a busted up rib, and they informed Javante's team about that. So
Oh,
that
I
was
didn't know that.
conspiracy that was going on, and he got
Oh, I
popped.
didn't know that one.
So for me, I was thinking because me and Chris, we had to bet a little money on that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
Ryan been basically battling out for number one spot the whole time. You feel me? Devin Haney is a daddy's boy. You feel me? He got his daddy in his corner every time. You feel me? What I like to see is a motherfucker with got pros in his corner. He got fucking Oscar De La Hoya over there, totally Diddy. You can't say no Diddy because Oscar be doing some real crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So he Diddy guy. But then you got Bernard Hopkins over there. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be able to build that up. And I think what he's doing, I mean, come on, the conspiracy shit. I'm all into conspiracy. So I'm like, damn, Ryan might be on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
He exposes some shit. I'm just goofing. But I knew he was a better boxer. You feel me? I don't think Devin Haney ready for that level of competition yet. You feel me? I feel like it's a very tight window in there, and I think Ryan is number 2 to Tank right now because Tank did get the
Right.
win over him, but I don't really see who Tank fighting until they get a match with Ryan. And I feel like that's where it's gonna go. Devin is a great boxer. He does all that. He's in the gym working all the time. Other dudes fucking around talking about who he drinking, he doing all this shit. He ain't drinking. He ain't doing that. That's all just manipulation and bullshit. You feel me?
Oh,
He's trying to make
right,
people.
right.
And then I heard another story that he bet like $2 million on himself to win the fight, and so like the money he
And
lost
got 12.
back, he had to kick back to Devin Haney. So he was like, I'd rather take the extra 2 pound advantage, whoop your ass, and then cash out on the bet. And then I'm not even losing no money, really. I'm just kicking you back a little bit of the dough that I bet on myself, but then I already made so much more on the back end. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know a boxer knows what he's doing. You feel me? And it's crazy he could even bet on himself, but to get that back times whatever it was. Marty, what'd you say?
Yeah.
50-50. And you was like, oh, I could have got 250 if I would have just put that on the books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he put in the books because he was a hell of an underdog. That shit crazy. They say boxing, tennis, and golf legally you can bet on yourself.
Which is crazy, right? So dude already knew that he was gonna fucking win, and he just bet on it. So he just fucking quadrupled probably his bet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
I heard.
You know what I mean? He took $2 million. He was gonna lose $2 million. Devin Haney just to make sure 3 pounds that could have just really given the advantage if he wasn't, dehydrated. If he didn't have any of the extra weight cuts and the extra hard work he had to put in, he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna lose that. I don't give a fuck about the title. I'm just gonna take the extra couple pounds, win the bet, and win the extra and win the purse." You feel me? That's smart business any way you think about it.
Yeah, that 2 days. I was hearing that 2 mil that he put down turned into 12 because he won. And for like you said, he wasn't worrying about the title. It was more of a stat. Like when you go back and you look at the people that Ryan Garcia defeated, Devin's on that list, and that's a big fish.
Right. And
So,
it's not get back either. You feel me?
well,
He
he
done
said
beat you.
he was ready to run it back because Devin said that he want to run it back and hopefully at an agreeable weight. And Ryan replied was like, "Yeah, let's run it back."
Yeah, they're gonna run it back. They're gonna run it back with a higher weight. You feel me? Because they're gonna be for the title anyway. So they just run it back, add a couple like 5-10 pounds on, so they can both feel comfortable. You know what I mean? And go in there and slug it out. But I mean, at the end of the day, Ryan kind of put them things on him a little. Some people say they rounds, but
ain't no kinda. Ain't no shit. Ain't no kinda.
Yeah, because Haney, the top was too focused on his son beating up Floyd in the gym. That's what we kept bragging on. So Floyd said, "Congratulations to your son for being undefeated in the gym. But when that light hits, I'm undefeated. I'm still undefeated."
That's my whole thing. You feel me? He got is too much of his dad on his ass a little bit. I feel like he got to break away from that a little bit, which don't do that. But like sometimes you feel me? Your pops wants you to do this all the time, but sometimes you got to know how to control yourself and just do what you need to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes you try to listen to pops too hard, where you got to start thinking what the coaches and everybody else want to do. But you feel me? His pops did get him to where he's at, so you can't really bash anything about that. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, just like Ryan Garcia had to switch up coaching, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need someone in your ear to give you a little bit of a different perspective.
That's right.
That's real.
We still running 30, or we doing how are we doing?
No, we can go ahead and this right here. We could be part one. We'll come back for the part two. All right, y'all, man. That was a good run. Hey, little man, what's up, boy? Yeah. So that's the first part. Like I said, man, thank you all for who's still sticking around with us. Thank you all. Sorry for that we've been gone for so long. Things been going on and whatnot. But we here. We here. We back.
We ain't going nowhere. If you unfollowed us, I know who you is. I don't know why you unfollow us.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Now listen to the difference. Hey, I've been working all night so you can listen to the difference.